Once upon a block in the Ethereum world, a new fantastic beast came into being. Anyone who came upon it, it is told, needed only a single brief touch to immediately receive an idyllic vision of every decentralized and computational being. According to ancient myth, this creation was our beginning. As millions of blocks passed, the ancient myths faded away in our collective memories. Meanwhile, we grew, our civilization thriving, developing new tools and sciences, a beacon of hope for all our people. Our governance system, both pragmatic and complex, led our path to citizen coordination, innovation, and mathematical research. This marked the beginning of the Enlightened Age. And yet, in all our wisdom and bravery, we grew too bold, we delved too deep, and in turn, we awakened something never meant to be found, an old, forbidden evil. And so, one day, this unquenchable thirst for knowledge brought one of our expeditions too far into the realm of the unknown, flirting with a dark, forbidden power and its unfathomable intentions. A power so obscure and irrational, able to destroy everything we worked for, and even worse, all of our memories along with it. This darkness, this madness, is what we nowadays call Julians. And so, this ancient and unpredictable power started to spread more and more like a disease, unrelenting and unstoppable. And it arrived, in its expansion, to the deep heart of civilization, throwing it into turmoil and completely destabilizing it. Chaos spread everywhere, and the Julians corrupted the hearts and minds of all Ethereans, bringing them to self-destruction. Or so it is told, as from that moment, there has been no sign of these enlightened people. And yet, the Etherean line did not end. Thousands of blocks passed, and a new civilization was born. A rural kind of civilization, peaceful and permeated by immense love towards nature and all living beings. This civilization was ruled by enormous monsters and gentle giants that had grown around the item's monolith, an old artifact told to be imbued by the very essence of creation. And so it is told that the monolith was able to generate, after just a single touch, every object conceived, even matter itself. It took only a few blocks until some species, smaller and tamer, and yet smarter, learned to control it and harness its powers. They prospered and generated huge riches, starting a new kind of civilization that was evolved and enlightened, using finance and commerce as pillars. A thriving, bustling civilization like that world had never seen. And so, the great kingdom of covenants was born, ruled both by the penguins, masters of finance, and by magical beings, masters of entrepreneurship. This is the time that would be recognized as the Golden Age, an age that drew its strength from the unfaltering safety of mathematical contracts, allowing all the living beings to prosper in harmony with each other and with the finance around them. But all actions have consequences, and in just a matter of a few blocks, the Julians turned their gaze to this flourishing new people. And so, the dark power of the Julians slowly crept into covenants, filling every inhabitant's mind with fear, doubt, and uncertainty, turning a civilization that was in complete harmony into a reign of terror and madness. Covenant's residents, soaked in fear, tried to escape this darkness by seeking shelter with their ancestors. Together they stayed, and together they made their last stand on the only remnant of hope left, the item's monolith. This artifact had to be kept safe from the Julians' vicious grasp at any cost. The madness these dark beings could unleash on the world with that power was inconceivable. But even in the darkest hour of the blackest night, there is a glimmer of hope, if you know where to look. An ancient, forgotten ally appeared in the horizon. An ally lost in the midst of time, whispered to be opposing the Julians for eons. An ally that block after block, conflict after conflict, managed to develop arcane, as well as foreign and mesmerizing technologies to face and survive this battle against all odds. In the end, harnessing this synthetic and incorruptible power, they finally managed to cast away the Julians, the corruptors of minds and twisters of desires. This is how the Ethereans decided to forge OS and create a new alliance which they called Ethereans OS, to technologically prosper and thrive with factories, on-chain organizations, items, and covenants. And from that day on, no one has ever heard even the slightest mention of the ancient and dark power of the Julians. This is the origin of E-Day, the first landmark in our history. Let's celebrate it together on November 21st.